Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to the Physical Media Show on FanZcene Vids here. Yes, we run a little late, but we typically do. With me
That was
tonight,
my fault.
that's okay. It happens, right? I
You
mean,
guys could have started without me, but that's all right.
we were going to, but me and Runner sort of got to talking.
Yeah.
So it was sort of our fault. It was all our fault too. So sorry about that. But with me tonight, as always, is Runner and Tom. Greetings, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
Greetings, Earthlings.
Greetings, my fellow friends.
I'm a zombie baby.
You.
I think we know what one of the picks.
Yeah, one of the worst things in that movie, but yeah.
That was one of the funniest things in the movie.
My favorite. Runner not at Best Buy. I'm shook. I'm shocked.
I only bought one movie from Best Buy yesterday. It was kind of a sad Best Buy trip.
Yeah, well, you know what we say about your Best Buy.
They just don't have good shit right now.
It's kind of a lull in releases. I mean, not that there's not a good amount of new releases out right now. It's just kind of a lull in what's coming out. But I want to say greetings to everybody in the chat real quick that's been waiting on us. Thank you guys for waiting on us, by the way. I truly appreciate that. Cosmic Squirrels. I said squirrels. I'm flubbing my words tonight. Cosmic Squirrel. Greetings, my friend. Glad you're here. Tim Hayes, what's up, my fellow friend and channel member? Glad to have you here as always. Tim Walden, not typically here on the live shows. He usually rewatches it. Glad to have you here this evening. No, we usually typically start at 9:35, well, 9:40, 9:50 Eastern time, my time, and you'd have to do the other, PST, all that stuff. I don't know all that. And then also we have deleted scenes. Welcome. He said, where does the one I want to get? I can't see it, but he said he might not be able to stay all night. He's got things to do. That's okay. Deleted scenes. If you got to go, you got to go. Don't worry about it. Like I said, the replay is always here for you guys. Let's see who else we got here. Brian Barth Hill. Glad to have you in the chat as always. And SP. Is Runner running late again? No.
Not this time.
Not this time. This is my favorite right here. Style section greeting. You run behind because you can't keep having to get Runner to stop watching Netflix.
I wasn't watching Netflix. I was watching a movie from one of my 4Ks.
That's my favorite right there.
And by the way, Netflix sucks because of their new bullshit coming out.
The new password sharing, not going over so well. Not going over so well.
Password sharing used to be so badass at the time. Now they're getting rid of that. Fuck Netflix.
Netflix has gone downhill for a long time, though.
It has.
Yes. Carl's Art Universe. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Inverse Opinion. Hey, how you doing, buddy? And I think we're all caught up. Well, yes, and as always.
You know what, Greg? For your emojis, you can keep the fuck Best Buys, but make a fuck Netflix one.
I ought to. I'll have to make a Netflix one. Yes, to get rid of that. But yes, for anybody, because this is a physical media show, and I always say, physical media is the superior format, and it is because Netflix is still you're taking away password sharing, and they've changed it twice already, because the first time which was about stupid, was that every 30 days you had to log into your Netflix account at your home. It's like, that's stupid as it is. It's like tracking you to begin with. And then they got a lot of pushback from that, so they decided that you have to be logged into your Netflix from your home router, and that's the only router internet system that you can use it. So it does affect a lot of college kids out there who takes their parents' Netflix with them. They won't be able to take it to college with them, and so many other logistical things. So this is why we say physical media is the superior format. Yes, streaming. I'm not against streaming, but streaming is going downhill, right? People, the business model is not working. They're losing money. They're losing subscribers, and by all accounts, this article I read and I did a video on, they're basically turning all the streaming systems into the way cable was set up before streaming came along. But you can read this article. That's basically what they're doing. So that's the way it is. That's the way it is. But let's talk about a couple of upcoming releases real quick before we get into showcasing our titles. Some of the I got to bring this up because this is still funny to me. Rent-A-Cop from Kino Lorber is coming out in April on Blu-ray. And Tom, there was a little kerfuffle about Rent-A-Cop with Burt Reynolds and Liza Minnelli, wasn't there?
Yeah, I was trying to find if somebody got a screenshot of it or what, but Kino went a little crazy on people the other day. I can't find it, but like after they announced Rent-A-Cop, I guess some people must have rubbed somebody the wrong way. And they like went on this tirade about like how every movie's not going to be a classic, but they don't need to hear all the negative comments all the time about every release announcement. And it was just kind of...
This is funny to me, man, that people were like, they managed to piss off the Kino Lorber Twitter person.
And I can't find it, so I'm thinking it was somebody had them delete it and bring it down.
Yeah, you take that down.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, if you guys are looking forward
if somebody
to
has a copy of it, I'd love to see it. But yeah.
Yeah, if anybody get a screen shot of that, send it to Tom or myself so we can read through it.
I wish I had now that I saw it. I didn't even think to.
Yeah, that'd have been funny though. But yeah, Rent-A-Cop, Burt Reynolds, Liza Minnelli coming to Blu-ray. Bus Stop coming to Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. Cujo on 4K, which I'm excited about that. I want to pick up Cujo on 4K from Kino
for the fifth time. It'd be nice.
Yeah, for the fifth time. That's one of the ones they always release in them Stephen King sets, the DVD sets before like the boutique company got a hold of them.
I don't know how many different releases of that now. Like I had the Olive one, and I think I got rid of it. But I have like an import and the one from Lionsgate. I think still. I might even still have the Olive one. I gotta look. But yeah. I have at least 2 copies, if not more.
I know. I still have the DVD copy with it comes with a big set of like Night Shift, Silver Bullet, Rose Red, the TV series, I believe, or was it? Or no, Golden Age, Golden something, and it's a big DVD box set I bought a long time ago that has that in it. But I've bought it, Blu-ray and all that. So I'm looking forward to the 4K. And yes, deleted scenes. Netflix is their movie All Quiet on the Western Front is coming to Blu-ray, I believe in March. Yes, in March. So something at least. I mean, one of the Netflix movies is coming to Blu-ray, and I believe, did I say 4K earlier? It might have been 4K. That's something that you don't normally see. And also, speaking of that, Stranger Things seasons 3 and 4 look to possibly be coming to 4K and Blu-ray sometime. Probably, I would assume after when the 6th and final season airs. I know that's in a couple years, but I would assume that's probably then, or like a year before it airs. So there's that. Let's see, what else did we have? That's really about it as far as releases, other than Up in Smoke coming to 4K, which me and Tom's excited about that. And one of my favorites, Toxic Avenger 1, 2, 3, and 4 is coming to 4K from Troma. So I'm excited about that. I have not seen the original Toxic Avenger in a very, very long time. And that's one of the ones that we rented as a kid, and you don't expect to see what you see in that movie as a kid. Because you see like this guy's driving down the street, and you see one of the scenes that still gets me to this day is like that kid with his mom, and she's letting him ride his bike at night to begin with. It's pitch black, and she gives him a kiss and lets him go ride on a bike, and then all of a sudden these guys just run over him and pop his head like it's it. You're like, what the hell just happened? And it's Troma, man. It's crazy. Oh yes, and we did talk about these. A couple Kurosawa films are coming to 4K. Yojimbo and I can't remember the other one, but there will be no HDR on them. They're just coming to 4K from Toho. So yes, like we talked about, there'll probably be a box set of that, and then of course the big Warner Brothers 4K box set. If you really, really want to get that, most of the titles, we haven't found a definitive list yet, but most of the titles in that have been released or will be released separately soon. But there is a big
yeah
headrunner. You wanted to talk a little bit about it.
yeah I think despite like if you're gonna take away all the stuff previously released, I think that's a cool box set. But the disappointing thing is some of those titles are already out and most people already have, like especially the 70s to 80s box set. Like I have like literally every single title except for one.
Yeah. I think
So
Enter the
that
Dragon was one that we talked earlier that has not had a release yet and hasn't
I know.
officially been announced, but
That
it
was in
looks to
that
be
box set
coming.
because Gremlins is gonna be in that set, the Goonies, and I'm like, I already have those.
What would be nice though is if they rescan some of these movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because some of these I'm not 100% sure from the negatives. But yeah, yeah, that's the bigger problem. Plus, they're in like a fucking folder.
Yeah, I hate those.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Citizen Kane's getting released in one of the box sets.
I mean,
Warner actually did a standalone release, I think, of that late last year. It was just the movie only in 4K through the Warner Archive, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
But yeah, I mean, like we said, the pins are awesome.
Yeah, the pins are pretty cool, especially the older Warner Brothers logo.
Yeah. I like those, but yeah, I mean, and not to knock that set, it is a really cool set, and like Tom said, hopefully we'll get new skins. But as for somebody that's got most of them already, I don't see the need for myself to pick it up. But
yeah, exactly, that's the problem.
It's a decent looking set as is.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the price point is not going to be the greatest either. It's got to be in the.
It's probably gonna be like what, $200, $300?
More than that.
Yeah,
you've got
well,
100 movies.
That's right. It's 100 movies. I keep thinking like the Columbia box sets.
Even if it's, let's just be generous because they're a 4K, right?
Right.
So even if they give it to us at, well, even at $10 a head, that's the $200, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? No.
Right.
No, it's more than that. Jesus Christ.
No, it's like
$1,000.
$10 a movie.
No, wait. I can't math today. 10 times 1,000 though is
100,000, right? Or it's 1,000.
Or 10 times 100 is 1,000, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 10 times 100.
So that would be just $1,000 right there. From
that's
what I thought.
It's the price tag.
I don't think the box is going to be that much though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's going to be in that. I think it'd be about $500 range, maybe.
Yeah,
500. I was thinking maybe 700.
And it ain't going to go down for a while.
No.
But it looks like they have it set to be sold in separate sections too, so you can buy like which decade you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
The 80s. By the 80s.
Which are the ones we like? Yeah, I mean, I got most of them anyway. If Warner's released it in 4K, chances are I have it. So.
Same here. And then most of what they're going to release later, that's probably part of that. We'll probably buy separately. So.
Well, because that doesn't even come out till September.
Right.
So a lot of their big releases for the year will already have been out. So like, yeah.
This is true.
And that box set didn't really give us anything we didn't already know that was coming. So sadly, but anyway, moving on.
Yes, moving on. I believe that's it for releases. I don't think I missed anything. Though, Rent-A-Cop, that's going to be a hot topic. But anyways, let's start with you, Runner. What do you got for your first pick of the night, if I haven't guessed already, or at least one of them at least?
Yeah, I might as well get this one over with. As you can tell by my picture, this is my
Dawn
first pick.
of the Dead.
Arguably one of the best horror remakes ever.
I'll give you that one.
I still haven't opened mine yet.
It looks pretty good for the most part. I was pretty impressed. It's not like the best looking 4K ever, but I liked it. That was pretty good. Um, it's a good movie. It was written by James Gunn, who's now the CEO of DC, at least on the film side of things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of it's a good one. It's a good horror remake. I'll give him that because
Yeah.
when you hear, like we talked about it last week with Robert Meyer Burnett when you weren't here, uh,
I watched the replay though.
yeah, there you go. It's one of the ones where you wouldn't expect it to be a good one, and you don't want to hear about it being a remake. And but when you get into it, it's good, and it hits decent beats that are different enough and similar enough at the same time. So
yeah, well, this wouldn't be considered a remake because I know you've made it clear that this movie isn't a remake, but the Evil Dead movie, the 2013, I didn't think I'd like it. I didn't want to like it when I saw it, but I ended up actually kind of enjoying that for what it was.
It's actually surprisingly a good movie.
Yeah, I know. It's not as good as the Sam Raimi movies.
No,
but...
I mean Sam Raimi's and Bruce Campbell's still behind it.
Oh, I know that which is great.
I mean, no, it's not as good as the originals, but it's surprisingly good. And
but I know Greg gives me shit because I'm one of the few oddballs that thinks that I slightly enjoy this more than the original. I love the original Dawn of the Dead. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think you're an oddball, but I think it's because of the era you were born in. You're younger than myself and Tom, so we saw the original Dawn of the Dead first, and we enjoyed that one. And then with the remake, we had apprehensions about it, and then we've enjoyed it. But you probably saw that. Did you see the original first or that first?
I saw the original first.
Oh, so but still though, that's like
no, but I often
go for the more modern version of the film.
I oftenly don't prefer remakes though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of like you guys. I'm always for the original, and I love Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love it. I love this too, just for different reasons. Like I when I watched this, I thought to myself, like, why have I been saying that I like this movie more? And I think it has more to do with the characters. I just like it's not that there was more characters. I just thought the characters were written very well.
I feel you. I still prefer the original Dawn of the Dead better than that one.
No, I know.
But that one's good.
I understand. It's got a decent cast too, for the most part.
No, it does. It does.
The one girl, I forget her name. She's like the dog owner. Like she was super fucking annoying.
the redhead chick.
Yeah, the redhead chick. I couldn't fucking stand her. but
she was the nice girl.
I know. It's like I remember like watching it, and I'm like she's like really like I feel like I don't know. Like she got like too worried.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. But
because she had to go all this way to get a fucking truck just to pick up the dog, which was clearly stated to her many fucking times that he'd be fine. that like the zombies aren't into the dog, they're into the humans.
The anxiety gets to you, man.
I know, but it's like Jesus fucking Christ, like the fuck, like that one cop should have just fucking cuffed her to a wall.
They should have, because there's always somebody that messes up in a zombie movie. You can guarantee there's always going to be somebody that flips out and ruins it for everybody.
There's always that one person. I know.
Yeah.
And the guy from I always forget his name. He's in the Mission Impossible movies and Pulp Fiction.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah. He was great.
Arby's, we have the meats. That he does the Arby's guy. He's the Arby's guy. Anyways,
I don't want to play too much and get you in trouble.
I was gonna say, wouldn't he get in trouble for that?
That's where they got it from.
Yeah.
I thought what I forget Jake Weber's character's name, but he was probably my favorite character in the movie.
Was he like the main guy, the blonde-haired guy?
Was he blonde? He was like the love interest of Anna, Sarah Polley's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably my favorite character because I feel like that would have been me in a zombie apocalypse type of situation.
We know who would be you. You'd be running to Best Buy and watching Netflix, Runner. We know.
Well, if there was a Best Buy in the mall, yeah, sure. Well, not Netflix. Fuck Netflix, but I'd be taking all the 4Ks and shit.
It's not a bad, as far as remake goes, it's not a bad, but I still prefer the original.
No, I understand. I do.
Zack Snyder.
Muted colors.
Darkness. Heavy metal madness. It's the one movie he made that didn't feel like it was made like by a 12-year-old because it was actually written by some competent people, but yeah.
Well, wasn't it only written by James Gunn?
No, I think him and who was it?
Because I thought it was just him.
Maybe.
Because, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, James Gunn, like, he did a good job writing the script, but I don't think the movie would have been as good if he directed it. But that's just me.
I think it'd been better if he directed it.
It might have been.
Really?
He just did the screenplay, so yeah.
I know. Well, here's the thing. He did the screenplay, but, like, I think if he directed it with his style, it would have been too, like, over the top with, like, the humor and shit. Cause
I think it'd have been closer to the original.
He loves doing it. Probably. I just think the tone that Snyder gave to it worked more.
Because you're a 12-year-old.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I just think I just thought he was a better director for it than Gunn. I mean, like I
get where you're coming from, but there's never, ever going to be an argument where I'm going to sit there and not side with James Gunn over Zack Snyder as a better director. This is not going to happen.
I'm not saying I'm not.
No, I know. I'm just saying at this point, regardless, I know what you're saying, but no, in fact, the more you're talking about it, it's like I'd rather have a James Gunn directed Dawn of the Dead remake.
No, I get it. To me, it's like James Gunn is a better director for certain things, and Zack Snyder's a better director.
No, not even certain things, just period. like to me, James Gunn is like 300? The Beatles. Like James Gunn is like up there with the Beatles. Zack Snyder, he's not even a fucking Kingsman. Like he don't even got Louis Louis. Like
see. I'm not saying James Gunn's a bad director.
I'm just being a dick to him.
And
I'm just being a dick, Runner. Let it go.
I know. And I'm not trying to hate on James Gunn, but like I do think some people overhype him a lot. That's just me.
Oh yeah. But it's like to me right now, he's one of the closer ones we have as a actual real director. Like but Snyder to me is a hack. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. Well, but I mean, like, come on, like 300 and Watchmen.
Like, I liked Watchmen except for his bits. Like, that's the thing. As far as like him copying Watchmen, he did a great job. It's when he starts adding his stuff. The end is the only thing I give credit where credit's due. But I don't know if that was him or one of the writers that came up with that. So, no, I'm just picking on you mostly, Runner, because
and there are like. I'll tell you this, Tom. There are 2 movies of Snyder's I didn't like. I didn't like Sucker Punch. That's probably his worst movie in my opinion. Like, it's not so much that I thought the movie for the first 2 acts were fine and it was interesting, but that ending is fucking terrible. I don't know if you saw that movie, but you probably wouldn't like it.
Nope.
Yeah, I never saw it.
It's not that good. And I think I saw Army of the Dead once in the theater when Netflix did that whole re-release a week before it like hits Netflix, and then I watched it a second time and I turned it off 20 minutes in.
I'm surprised
So-
you've never watched Owls of Gahul or whatever it's called.
I saw that when I was a kid. I don't remember it very much.
That's a Snyder movie.
Now I know. I found that out like a few years ago. I'm like, what the fuck? Zack Snyder directed that movie? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like that was weird, but like I hadn't seen that since I was a kid, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I get it. I know where you're coming from, Tom.
Brian Barth. I've said this before. I do think James Gunn. I've liked James Gunn since his Trauma days. I have, but I really wasn't too excited about his DC plans. I'm interested to see what he does with Superman. I'm interested in the Booster Gold series because I love Booster Gold. I'm interested in the Green Lantern series, but other than that, I didn't care for most of.
I just wrote a Trauma movie.
What?
I just wrote a Trauma movie.
Oh, did you?
If Lloyd Kaufman's listening, get a hold of me. Trauma Deus, Trauma Deus, Trauma
There we
Deus,
go.
Trauma Deus, Trauma Deus. Yes. It's
That'd
like
be
Amadeus, but with lots more blood.
That would fit like perfectly. Like a composer, every time he composes the music, it's like people just explode. and women lose their tops and stuff. Trauma days. That would be perfect. People shit their pants.
That's how much I give a shit about Zack Snyder. I just wrote a Trauma movie. Better than any Zack Snyder movie.
Jesus Christ, you have a fucking ape bone. Whatever. To answer Brian's we get it, Tom. To answer Brian Barth's question, I think his DC plan is going to have an audience. I do. I think it's going to have a reliable fan base, but I'm not a fan of his new direction. I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, could he do an okay job with Superman? Sure. I'm not excited for it personally. I just think the title Legacy with it gives it a bad vibe for me, and the direction they're going with Batman and the whole Damian Wayne stuff is like they're jumping right into that is like a bad idea. Tom King is a big red flag. I think Greg will agree with me there. And Tom.
Oh yeah, Tom King's horrible. That's why I said some of his stuff was questionable.
Yeah, no.
I'm willing to give James Gunn a chance on a few things, but some of his other stuff was very, very questionable.
Yeah, well, the Tom King stuff is like he sort of talked about Tom King like he's like one of the best writers working in DC Comics, and I'm like, what the fuck are you on, dude? Like he single-handedly ruined Batman.
But let's get back to any final words on this before we get to Tom's first pick.
It's good. Sorry for ruining the movie with you, Tom. Not that you care, but I liked it.
I'm just picking on you, dude.
Yeah. I know you are. I know you are.
Right.
I do love that theme. I'll say this. The outro to the original Dawn of the Dead was fucking fantastic. With that theme song, they're just all walking in the mall. I thought that was amazing.
Yes. What gets me is like there's making a Night of the Living Dead 2, which we've talked about, and they're all going to be on the island. It kind of feels like it's more of like a sequel to Day of the Dead because they're bringing back the Day of the Dead cast, and it's also kind of feels like this is where the people from the Dawn of the Dead remake ended up because it's supposed to take place on an island where they are escaping the zombie apocalypse. So.
Then we already had Island of the Dead from George.
Exactly,
Romero.
they already had Island of the Dead from him. But it's got the guy from Terrifier, the guy that played Art the Clown. He's confused. In it, so I'm very confused. But anyways, Runner, good pick for the first pick there. Glad you liked the 4K. What do you got, Tom, for us for your first pick?
Well, this is a movie you had. I don't remember if it was last week or the week before. It was week before. But yeah, we talked a little bit about this movie, and you were kind of trying to figure some of it out, and I'd seen it a couple times, and that is a movie that could not be made today, and probably one of the most toxic male films ever made. High Plains Drifter.
I got
comes in, he shoots 3 people, takes a chick to his bed. Well, the haystack.
You wanted to get acquainted. Why didn't you just say so? And I have the old release I had, which is the same as the Universal US release. It's just I should have brought the box up. It was like in a fancy box with all the Universal Clint Eastwood movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this scan is an older scan. It's the same one we would have had here. So you can tell this is a huge improvement over the older scan. And the movie itself is an excellent film. Excellent film. One of my favorite Clint Eastwood ones, because it's kind of like The Crow, basically.
Yes.
It is The Crow. Like, to answer your question, Greg, my assessment is that's what I've always, because I couldn't remember, because this one in Pale Rider, and I always kind of got fuzzied in my head. Now that I'm refreshed, I'm like, okay, this is this one. So I remember this is the one that this is. So yes, basically this is The Crow. Yes.
Yes, and as far as I can tell, the director of The Wraith with Charlie Sheen.
Spoilers!
Yeah, the director of The Wraith, the Charlie Sheen one. It's a remake of High Plains Drifter. He says so himself, and he also says it did probably inspire some of the Crow movie, even though the comic book was differently,
Well, the comic, they even have that character in The Crow that is like the cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, I'm sure that's inspired by Clint Eastwood's character in this movie. But yeah, so like just the basics of it though is it's a real simple Western. This movie also feels like it inspired I feel like Mel Brooks walked out of this movie and went and wrote Blazing Saddles, by the way, too.
He might have.
There's aspects of it that make me feel like just somewhat. I don't know why, but yeah. I mean, not only that, he stole like half the cast, but yeah.
It's true. This is true. But yeah, it's one of my probably next to Unforgiven. It's probably my second favorite Clint Eastwood Western.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that high, but yeah,
to me, it's because I'll tell you why. Much like Runner talks about what he just talked about, it was the first Clint Eastwood Western I ever saw. That was the first Clint Eastwood Western I ever saw, and it kind of just you never forget your first. You know what I mean?
What's funny is my first Western of his, I think, was Hang 'Em High, which we mentioned earlier. So
yeah. See, I saw that one first, and I think I saw Outlaw Josie Wells, then Hang 'Em High, and then
I saw
Pale Rider.
Almost the same order, but I saw it flip flopped with Hang 'Em High, and
I'm sure if
to me, Unforgiven's still my favorite of all his films. Like,
you can't top Unforgiven, man. Yeah,
and then of course you got the Fistful of trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But second one I'm not a big fan of in that one so much, but no, it's a great film, great cast, great setup, real simple plot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm glad they couldn't remake it today.
Oh, I'm so glad. I would hate to see that movie be remade today. Oh,
I got yelled at earlier, or not earlier, but in another show I brought it up. Oh yeah, it was earlier today. I brought up the grape scene. And I was laughing about it, kind of like I just was there. And Six was like, "You don't laugh about that." I'm like, "If you've seen the movie, you'd know why I'm laughing." Because yeah, she totally didn't want it. Yeah, totally didn't want it. Not at all.
He's like, "Maybe I'll take a nap and then I'll get back."
She's like, "No, stop! Please don't stop. I mean, stop
with your muscly arms and your snare."
Yeah, it's pretty clear in the movie, Same thing with the second lady too. It was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I just love how, and the way they got away with this movie, because this movie does not feel like it came out in 1973.
Yeah, and
granted, we'd had The Godfather and a couple other movies by this point, but it feels like one of his 60s movies, and you're just like, God, I can't believe they got away with this much shit in 1973.
They do. They get away with a lot, and this is actually the movie that John Wayne wrote a scathing letter to Clint Eastwood over because of this movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because Clint Eastwood wrote him a letter.
This ain't a Western.
Yeah,
cowboy wouldn't. do such things.
Exactly. He's like, you, sir, whatever westerns. That's not how you do
Nah, I gotta go make this movie where I rip off Dirty Harry.
them. Which,
No, poor John. At the end there.
yeah. And but like I said, speaking of Dirty Harry, the person that Clint Eastwood, because I say they're the same person. The one that gets whipped is Clint Eastwood's stunt double, and he directed one of the Dirty Harry movies, and he also directed Every Which Way But Loose and Every Which Way You Can.
No, it's pretty clear. The movie makes it pretty clear that they're meant to be. I mean, you could kind of misinterpret or at least kind of look at it in a kind of, but once you see that end credit, see, you watch the beginning, he comes in through the mist.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves through the same mist and disappears. Like it's pretty clear what they're stating there with that whole thing. It's, he's either the reincarnation of getting revenge or he's death incarnate getting revenge because of whatever way you want to look at it. And it's pretty obvious, like throughout the film as you get going, what he's up to. He's clearly getting his revenge on these people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's set up so well. And you got the little guy is the sheriff and all that stuff. He's obviously the only character who was ever nice to him and shit like that. And somewhat that one woman and whatnot. So, I mean, like you have those elements to it. So it's pretty clear, and he even says at the end, he's like, what's your name? He's like, I don't know your name or whatever. And he's like, he's like, yeah, you do. And then he left, So like, I mean, it's pretty on the nose.
But where the debate comes in is in other countries, they left in a line that Clint Eastwood had removed from the film. Yes, he had it removed from the film because Clint Eastwood himself wanted it to be like he was, that. But the line is he was his brother, and that was left in some of the foreign prints of the film.
Yeah, you said that now that you said it like the week before. Now that you said,
yeah, I
never caught that, but yeah,
it's not in our version. It's in like the Spain or Italian version one. So, is this true, Joey? Was John Wayne really your cousin?
Well, cool.
That's pretty cool if it was.
Yeah.
I think John Wayne and Clint Eastwood could have made a hell of a Western together. It's just they didn't see eye to eye on the good and bad guys.
It's funny you mentioned John Wayne, partner. He may come up later.
I'm just reminded of that scene with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane in The Birdcage. I just never really noticed that's how John Wayne actually walked. When he started teaching to walk like John Wayne.
I never realized John Wayne walked like that.
Yeah.
That made my dad laugh so hard.
That was a funny scene.
Oh, here's a hint for anybody in the chat who may be wondering what movie might be coming up next.
If it's what I think it is, that's one of my favorite Westerns as well. You're bringing two of my favorite all-time Westerns on tonight.
Well, maybe we'll have to see here. I don't do the best who that is, but if you can pretty much figure out who that was.
Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, Jimmy Stewart.
But yes, that is a very good movie. I enjoy it. And I know Runner has no idea, so he's kept quiet the whole time.
No, I have seen High Plains Drifter. I have the 4K.
Then what do you got to say about it?
Yeah. Did you like it?
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Don't worry about it.
I liked
it. Throw it in.
No, I liked it. I need to rewatch it because I did think about showing it like at one time what point, but I do plan on rewatching it just so I can like give myself a refresher because I didn't love it as much as like Greg when I watched his like review, or at least part of it, so I have to like, because usually it's like the second time is when like I'll either like it more or like it less type of thing, but I feel like I'll like it more when I rewatch it.
I get it. To me, it was like the first Clint Eastwood Western I saw, so I always had always lended more favoritism to him than I probably should have. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you see something as a kid and it like blows you away, but then there's better movies than it.
Because I also got was it Escape from Alcatraz on that Kino set, and I actually like that movie a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the High Plains Drifter is one of Clint Eastwood's first directorial efforts. So, But I love it, and that's where you got to get separate. Sorry, go ahead, Runner. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying I knew that was one of his first movies, but
directorial debuts.
My bad. That's what I meant. His directorial movies that he made. But no, I'll have to rewatch it again. It did look pretty good on 4K, except that's the only format I've seen it in.
Yeah, it looks good. It's good 4K.
I'll need to rewatch it to really give you my full thoughts and review on it. Because you two have probably seen a lot. Well, you guys definitely seen a lot more than me.
Yeah. I enjoy it, and I'm glad to have it, and hopefully we'll get Hang 'em High, and what was the other one, Pell Rider, that was brought up earlier. So hopefully we'll get them on 4K, but Pell Rider, we found out, is Warner Brothers. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah.
It's your turn, Greg, finally.
My turn. I'll go to with one that I did 2 videos on this one, so I'll get it out of the way real quick. I bought this Shout Factory exclusive to their website double feature.
What is that woman doing to that gun?
Something that I wish she was doing to me.
Oh.
Dance with Death and Dance with Dan, and go watch my videos I did on these people. But I bought this. I love these Roger Corman movies that I bought the last set of these, which was Strip to Kill, and I can't remember the other one, but it had Chucky in it, Brad Dourif, which that was a really good movie. But I bought these. I love these Robert Corman stripper movies. These are great. Dance with Death I really, really enjoyed. It's basically a remake of Strip to Kill. Somebody's going around killing strippers. This journalist woman convinces her boss to let her go undercover as a stripper so she can solve who's doing this. And she's got a hell of a rack too, because I love I love in these stripper movies that like this chick, like the newswoman or the cop goes undercover and they can't dance, or they're like the most awkward stripper in the world on amateur night, but somehow they manage to get the job, and the sleazy strip owner hires them for, even though the chick that danced before him was like 100 times better. But I love it, and it's pretty fun movie. It's got like 3 twist endings. Maxwell Caulfield is in it. He plays a cop. Martin Mull plays the sleazy strip club owner. It's a great first one. Dance with the Damned is a vampire stripper movie. It took me a little bit to get into it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it when I first started watching it, because I watched the trailer beforehand and I thought the trailer looked good, and then when I started watching the movie, I was like, I don't know if I'll like this, because it takes a minute for it to get rolling. But once it gets rolling, I enjoy it, because it's a really great look at these 2 broken people, like this vampire who's comes across like he's this really suave, like ancient vampire, like your typical vampire guy, but he's really like much more like a horny adolescent who takes people that are at the end of the rope so he can feed on them. And then the chick he ends up trying to kill, the stripper that he comes infatuated with, she's like this pill popping drunk lady whose son's been taken away from her. She's just like, you can tell she does look like she's at the end of her rope, and then they kind of connect, and it kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger of an ending. So I kind of enjoyed it, and I come to find out that the movie Dance of the Damned was remade, called To Sleep with the Vampire, by the same woman who wrote and directed it, and Roger Corman, and it stars Scott Valentine from My Demon Lover and Family Ties, which I ordered that. So I'll probably be talking about that next week. I ordered it on VHS because apparently the DVD was really outrageous. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford the DVD, which my luck is after I buy it, it'll come out on Blu-ray from Shout Factory, because they bought up all the Roger Corman stuff. But yeah, if you haven't seen these, if you want them, 1,500 copies, Shout Factory website, check them out. The Dance with Death, you'll have a blast. Dance of the Damned might take a little bit of you guys getting into. You guys, some of you may not really like Dance with the Damned, but I enjoyed them both. And check out my videos. I know you guys probably don't have much to say on those.
No, but I do have something to say for my next pick. It's somewhat related to what you just talked about, actually.
Yes. Okay, well, good. But yes, Tim Hayes, I am single. Nobody loves me. Thanks for reminding me this close to Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's not cool, Tim. That's really fucked up. Apologize to Greg.
No, I'll
right
just
now.
kidding. No, Joey, it's not like Near Dark. Near Dark is a way better movie. Dance of the Damned is just basically a movie between just two people, the whole movie talking about
Isn't
their
that
lives.
the one you said earlier was actually remade later on?
Remade later
Okay.
on with Scott Valentine called To Sleep with a Vampire. Yeah. But yeah, check them out if you guys want them. I recommend them. I recommend them and the Strip to Kill and the I can't remember the name with
Final
that
Judgment.
dwarf. But check both of them out. Them are great titles.
Judgment.
Final Judgment. Thank you. I couldn't remember. Those are great titles. But go on, Runner. What do you got for us? What's your next pick?
Yeah, literally those last two movies you just talked about. Literally one of my.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
I do.
I have both of those. Did you just watch them both?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, sweet. What'd you think?
I liked them. They're entertaining.
I liked Final Judgment better than I liked Strip to Kill.
Objectively, yes, I did. Yeah.
And by the way, Dance with Death on this one, it's a remake of Strip to Kill.
Oh.
Roger Corman had a habit of remaking the same movie over and over.
So is it worth getting Dance with Death?
I like Dance with Death better than Strip to Kill.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I like, don't get me wrong, I liked all four of these movies, but arguably Dance with Death is the best of the four movies, and Final Judgment, them are probably the top two.
Okay, because I only got this because the title of Strip to Kill and just the cover art alone is like, okay, this sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And yes, lots of boobs, which is amazing.
Yes, Strip to Kill is essentially strip scene. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of plot in between strip scene. Oh yeah, guess what? Surprise! This person is actually this person, and
yeah, the twist was very, very weird.
Just think Crying Game.
No, because that reveal in Strip to Kill, like that would have gone completely different.
Oh yeah.
Today.
Runner's never seen Crying Game, so.
Crying Game.
Go on, Runner.
No, I was just
about the Crying Game.
No, I was just saying that the twist in Strip to Kill would have gone completely different in today's standards. If you know what I'm talking about, Greg.
I know what you're talking about. I don't want to give away.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Einhorn
is Finkel.
Your gun
Finkel is Einhorn.
Yeah.
Einhorn is Finkel.
But as far as I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I enjoy Strip to Kill. It's a good movie. I like the main actress and the guy that plays her partner. He's from My Two Dads. He and another cop show he did on TV, but they were pretty good. I enjoyed Final Judgment. That felt to me like that was Brad Dourif trying to channel his inner Clint Eastwood in that movie.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
He's a pistol packing preacher whose daughter gets killed, and he's out to solve the case.
Yeah, I mean, Final Judgment, is a better movie, and it's got some good boobs too.
Yeah, except that I gotta ask, when that chick was stripping, her faces that she was making, did they distract you a bit?
The face?
Her face, yeah, the blonde that he hooks up with, to help him investigate.
The one with like the large round.
Yeah, she's got real large, big areolas.
Yeah.
Her face that she makes when she strips is like, all right, you're doing it for me, but please just don't make that face.
that didn't stand out to me as much.
Instead, for whatever reason, it just her face distracted me.
I didn't think about the look.
I know you were staring at something else.
Every dude would.
I was too, but it's just like every once in a while I caught a glimpse of her, like the way she holds her mouth and stuff when she was dancing. I'm like, Don't do that.
I was looking at it too, but Runner's more guilty than me.
Yes, Joey from My Two Dads, the guy BJ McKay, not Paul Reiser.
Joey says he's not a face man. Hey, I'm a face man. Maybe not in a strip club, but I'm a face man for the most part.
I really hope Shout Factory puts out some more of these Roger Corman stripper movies. Not just because I get to see a lot of boobs and stuff, but I really do enjoy these movies. There's just something special about these straight to video cheesy B movies like this. I love them.
No, they're interesting to get a hold of. I would like to see more of them released, but at the same time, I don't, because I don't want to buy them all, and they're probably going to cost like $30.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're $30 a piece, but I don't mind it for me because it's stuff I'm into. So
yeah, well, at the same time, it's like if I wanted to, once they're like out of print, I could like sell them for like a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing.
But and also you got to know, like I mentioned in mine, the Dance with the Death is a new 4K scan on a Blu-ray, and the Dance of the Damned is a new 2K scan of the only surviving film print. So it'd be the last time you probably ever get that on any type of Blu-ray. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But any other thoughts before we move on to Tom?
No, two really enjoyable movies. I like them. I'll probably need to get the one you showed, the what is it, Dance with Death one and Dance of the Damned.
Yeah.
I'll need to get that one while they're still out.
What gets me is they didn't put Strip to Kill Part 2 together with Strip to Kill.
Oh, there was a part 2?
Oh yes, there's a part 2, and it's the stripper in which is funny, the stripper in Final Judgment, the blonde, she's the star of Strip to Kill 2.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah. Face optional. But yeah, they're good. $30 since they're two niche titles to get a wild. Yeah, I see. That's why I'm okay with it. I mean, it does sound like maybe it's a lot of money, especially, but they are very niche titles, and there's something that I don't mind spending a little $30 on, because even though I could probably spend $30 on and get like 3-4Ks, certain ones. Yeah, this I don't mind this, because these will probably never come to a Blu-ray again, and you'll probably never get that's as good as scans as you're getting of these films.
Yeah, that's why those types of movies are like the exception with its price point and all that. But oh god, I forgot. Greg, that Warrior and the Sorceress movie is still available to buy.
Oh yeah, with Carradine.
Yeah, David Carradine. Yeah,
I agree with you on this, Tim Hayes, because yes, there are, on the one I just got, the only special features they give you is trailers, but at least on the one you got, Runner, they give you a little behind the scenes interviews with on Strip to Kill.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's special features in Strip to Kill, but there's no special features in Final Judgment.
On the one I got, there's only special features or trailers. So I wish they would add a little more special features. But
there's not a lot of special features in the one you got.
There's none other than just trailers for both movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's the biggest downside, I would say, is they need a little more special features, but I'm okay with getting them on Blu-ray. So that's why I'm happy about that.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So check them out. Check out my videos on mine. I did. Runner, do you want to show something else, since just one extra title, since you have a little more?
Yeah, sure.
Because I got 2 left, and Tom's got 2 left, and Tom had to BRB. So
okay, yeah, I'll show one more title. This is a Blu-ray double feature, and it is not Debbie Does Dallas 1 and 2. So shut the fuck up.
Damn it.
Because I knew he'd say that at some point. I don't know if he would have said it for this, but he probably would have said that at some point. One of these movies is good. One of these movies is not so good. The they're both like historical type movies. One of them stars Brad Pitt, the other one stars Colin Farrell, and that's I'm pretty sure you probably know what one of them is. That's Troy and Alexander.
I've never seen either one of those movies.
What? You've never seen Troy?
Same here. I think I checked out during the beginning of it, or one of them I did.
I've never had an interest in either one of those movies.
Troy is great. Troy is fucking awesome. This movie, not so great.
I've often heard Alexander was not the greatest.
It's not. I don't hate it, but I think my biggest problem with Alexander is more so from an editing standpoint. Like, the editing did not look good. And Alexander was directed by Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I heard it was a big
but
like
Troy,
big budget movie flop type thing.
Yeah, it did not. It was not received very well. But what's better? Troy. Like, there's no fucking argument. And Troy is probably Wolfgang Petersen's best movie ever.
I wish I could talk to you on this. I've never really had interest in these, and I like Sword and Sandal movies. Those movies did not look good, and much like I've seen like a part of Troy, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
You seriously haven't seen Troy?
Yeah,
I can't.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, Angelina Jolie was fucking hot in Alexander. That was probably one of the few good. And Rosario Dawson's naked in Alexander.
I have seen Rosario Dawson's nude scene, so.
Oh my god, big fucking titties. And Alexander's got a hell of a cast: Colin Farrell, Angelina Jolie, Val Kilmer, Jared Leto, Rosario Dawson, and Anthony Hopkins.
I believe Alexander was one of those big bloated movies where they had like the hottest celebrities of the time, Oliver Stone, and then it was like a big old turd.
Yeah, it's not great. I have heard of Das Boot. I haven't seen it. I've heard decent things about it.
Yeah. I'm with Tom. I mean, Never Ending Story.
Troy's better than Never Ending Story. I'm sorry.
Das Boot.
Troy is way better than Never Ending. I'm not a big fan of Never Ending Story. Oh, that's great. No,
that's a good one.
I'm sorry, Troy's way, and Troy's better than Air Force One as well.
I can't really get behind that. But then again, I've never seen Troy, but what I have seen of it, I didn't really care for.
I don't know. Troy I thought was really good, and honestly, I thought for a while, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers ever did a 4K release of it anytime soon. But I bought this because it was like $5 at work.
It's not bad. That's not bad. Runner, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm me. I didn't know that I'm the only one who saw Troy. I thought Troy was a fairly popular movie. What the fuck?
Wasn't Troy a bit of a flop too?
Was it?
I think it was. That was the time when they were trying to do like a bunch of movies like that, and they all kind of just didn't do what they wanted it to do.
Well, I think Troy came out around the same era as 300. And I know 300 was like a huge hit at the time.
Yeah.
That might have been Zack Snyder's like biggest hit ever. But yeah, Troy was good. I liked it. I thought it was. Thank you, Cosmic Squirrel. Thank God.
I can't. I'm not saying it's a good or bad movie anyway. I haven't seen it, so I can't justifiably say I hated it or didn't.
You should give it a chance. Alexander is not all that worth it, other than Rosario Dawson's tits. Yeah.
Thank you, Style Section. He's never seen either. So, and like I said, I don't want to put down a movie because I've never seen the movie. So there you go. It was a good, according to Corley and Rogue, it made 500 million. So.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I was gonna say because Troy seemed fairly popular, and I'm gonna be honest. It probably made that much money because a ton of women saw it. Because of how popular. I mean, Brad Pitt's like butt naked a few times.
I bet you looked at his face.
Yeah, I did look at his face. well, it's not. He's not like nude, but like.
Hey, I believe you. I believe you. He gets naked. That's between you and you. What you do. Okay.
So, listen, I'm not like that. Okay. Like.
No judgment here, man. No judgment.
Like no, but like, there's like a scene where he's like sleeping butt naked with a naked chick. Like that's just what he does.
I do what I do, man. Sometimes you got to check out the goods.
Plus, what's her name? That blonde chick from the National Treasure movie. I forget her name, but like she's naked. Which is pretty nice. You'd probably like that, Greg.
I don't know her name.
I don't know her name either.
National Treasure movies either.
Wait, what?
I wasn't a huge fan. I like Nicolas Cage. I thought the first one was good. I didn't much care for the second one.
I didn't see the second one. I only saw the first one. You didn't like the first one though?
No, I thought the first one was all right.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like
the second one I didn't care for, so I'm like not like a huge attachment to those movies.
I can't speak on the second one, but
that is true. That is one good thing about Part 2. Sean Bean did not die in National Treasure Part 2.
No, I didn't see National Treasure Part 2, but I saw the first one, and I'm like, how can you not like the first one at least?
No, I enjoyed the first one.
That's her name. Yeah.
All right.
Like she has a brief nude scene in Troy.
Any final words before we go to Tom?
Yeah, I learned something new. I guess I seriously I'm surprised you have not seen Troy. I shit you not. I thought you would have seen.
I learned a valuable lesson today. Runner has a bad taste in movies.
Liking Troy is not a bad taste in movies.
Tom's all right. Let's see what you got, Tom. What's your next pick of the night?
Well, as you pretty much probably guessed, Greg, my next film is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
He shot Liberty Valance.
And it's the new 4K from Paramount.
Oh, and, how's the scan?
Not too bad. Not as nearly scrubbed as you'd expect, but overall, not too shabby. Movie itself, though, is amazing. It's a great film. The basic premise is James Stewart plays, was it a senator?
Mm-hmm.
Who's returning to his old stomping ground to bury his old friend, Tom, who is John Wayne, and pretty much most of the movie is a flashback telling the story of who Tom is. And yeah, it's a really, really good film. It's got a nice twist to it. You kind of don't see coming. I mean, I'm sure you do if you know the movie really well, but and you've seen the multitudes of films that have been that have ripped it off, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes, sir.
And of course, it has a huge influence on like American Tail, Five Will Goes West, of course, and stuff like that. But yeah, so an excellent film. I can't recommend it enough. I mean, as far as the scan goes, yeah, it looks pretty good. It's got a new 5.1 surround soundtrack on it, which sounds nice. So I can recommend it.
Good. I was wondering. I had been meaning to pick that one up for a while. I was just kind of waiting for the price to go down a little bit. But it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite westerns because I really think
it's actually probably one of the better looking 4K black and white films I've seen in a while since which nice. Is funny being Paramount, I know. But yeah, it kind of has a similar quality to It's a Wonderful Life. So whatever they're doing at Paramount with the black and white films is working.
That's nice. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because didn't Paramount do It's a Wonderful Life? Because I remember that being like a highly praised.
Maybe they got people that are loving the black and white films better than the other ones.
Colored ones.
Well, and I said the same thing. Like Elvis, that one Elvis movie, Blue Hawaii, looks amazing on 4K too. From the couple minutes I watched.
Oh, that's yeah.
And I'm just sitting here going, like, what is the fucking deal here? You know, like, why is it? You know, and then especially when I get to my next film here, you see that, and you're just like, now that looks like a movie is supposed to look. And yeah, it's just, I mean, there's still some spots in this movie where it's a bit soft. There's one scene where the grain, I don't know how to explain it, but it just must be just the way it was scanned or whatever. It may have something to do with some DNR artifacting, but it just feels like the grain disappears in certain spots of the screen, but it's still there in others. And you know, I have no idea how to explain it without actually showing you in person. But like, yeah, it's just a couple shots that kind of noticed about. I noticed with that, but other than that, nah, it's great transfer. Paramount actually gave it some loving care, so I got to give them credit for that.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that, because that is truly one of my favorite westerns. And Brian Barth, I would actually say Jimmy Stewart is the star of the film. Is the main character.
He gets top billing.
Yes, he gets top billing, and but that's the thing, is because yes, Jimmy Stewart is the main character of the movie, but John Wayne's character plays such an important role in the film and leading to what Jimmy Stewart's character becomes. Without trying to give it away, I know this movie's been around for a very long time, and if you ain't seen it, but I really don't want to spoil it for some people out there that may just want to get into this movie in the Western genre and don't want to get into it. But yes, John Wayne is a huge part of the film that plays into why Jimmy Stewart is the main character of the film. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a great film. It's got the great song, "The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance." I love the song. Oh my God, what's the guy that plays Liberty Valance? He plays a great bad guy in that. He plays Liberty Valance great. It's such an asshole. I can't think of his name, but he's a great actor. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe The Searchers is better than Liberty Valance, but I
think about Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin, yes, Lee Marvin.
Yeah,
he plays Liberty Valance, right? Yeah, he's great in that movie.
Then Lee Van Cleef and what's his face are the other two guys. I can't think of it. But anyway, yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah, it's great. Truly, is one of, and my favorite line is, I don't know if that would give it away, but that's like, when the legend becomes fact, print the legend. So I love that line. It's a good film. All right. Well, I guess we'll go to me. If you guys are good, or any other words.
No, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't say anything.
All right. Go to me, I guess. Now, my next set here is, I actually brought on, in the early days of the Physical Media show, I brought it on without ever having seen the movies. So I finally went back and watched the movies. And I brought on the first one last week, but this week I have the second one. That'd be Scanner Cop 2, The Showdown. I got these from the Vinegar Syndrome. They're the 4K. That's Scanner Cop 1, Scanner Cop 2. Yeah. This is part 2. This is the one I watched. Well, I've watched them both. I watched this one last week and this one this week. Great films. Great little. They're the last 2 films of the Scanner movies. Great little. These are 4Ks, by the way. So you know, 4K. Great films. They were like straight to VHS at the time. Man, you gotta love Vinegar Syndrome, giving love and care to these movies like this. Great 4K scans. Everything looks natural, sounds great. These movies were just fun. The first movie, essentially, there's this kid, him and his dad are scanners. His dad's losing it. And because as a scanner, like you hear everybody's thoughts and stuff, you can read people's minds and stuff and everything. And his dad's losing it because he's not taking the medicine. They're poor. And if you see, he starts like little head. It's an amazing shot, amazing practical effects. Like little people's heads start popping out of his head, and because he's like hearing the voices, and so like they do that, like showing that that's how he's hearing the voices, even though they're really not popping out of the head. It's just like in his mind. So he starts to go crazy, and these cops show up. They end up having to kill the kid's dad, and the kid's a scanner too. And the one cop that had to kill his dad ends up taking the kid in and becoming his surrogate father, stepfather, and he raises him up. The kid grows up, becomes a cop, and then this guy's going around killing cops. He's making people see things and having cops being killed. So they take the guy, they take him off his medicine because he's been taking the medicine to control his skin and thing to help him solve the crime and do that. And then the second movie, it picks up where the cop, he's now a detective. There's more than one scanner now, because in the first movie he's the only scanner. In the second movie, it's basically Highlander. The second movie is basically Highlander. I watched the special features, but they say it's like a Dracula vampire movie, which it is true. It's like there's this guy going around and he's sucking the essence of scanners out to become more powerful so he can kill Scanner Cop. And so him and Scanner Cop has a final showdown. It's yes, it's a vampire Dracula type movie, but it's also legitimately Highlander. The dude going around is like basically telling people like there's only one, there's going to be one, and he's going to do it. It was a fun movie. So I enjoyed them both, and great 4K quality, great grain, great movies. Enjoyed them. They still don't top the first Scanners, David Cronenberg's first Scanner film, but if you want to complete your Scanner set, Vinegar Syndrome has the last two. When they first released them, they sold them in this box set. You could only get them like this when they first released it, but now you can buy each movie separate from Vinegar Syndrome if you want. So there you go. Any thoughts, people?
No, I wish I'd seen them. I have the Scanners films, but I'm not so sure. I can't remember if I got the Scanner Cop ones or not. I don't think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen the Scanner films, so again, I can't talk about it.
I get it's true. All righty. We'll move on to you, Runner. What's your final pick of the night?
All right, my final pick. Is it my final pick?
Yeah, the final pick. We only had 3 each.
Okay.
Well, you had 4.
No, I had 5, but you made me go again after my other pick because because I thought you wanted me to get my 5 done, but
we'll see how things go.
Yeah, we'll see how things go. I like this movie. I watched parts of it yesterday, and it looks pretty damn good on 4K. This just came out. And this is a movie we all like, so I wanted to pick something that we all liked around the end, and that's Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep. Ooh. It looks good on 4K?
Yeah, it's approved by the director.
Yeah, I got it too. It looks all right.
Nice.
Yeah,
love Don Coscarelli. Phantasm.
The color correction supervised and approved by director Don
Coscarelli.
Yeah, that's how you say his name. Yeah, it says it's the back that like he approved it, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, that's good. The great movie. Him, Bruce Campbell as the king, Ozzie Davis as his. Who does he think he is? He thinks he's JFK.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It's so good. It's such a good movie.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw this movie, like from the beginning, I didn't like love it. You know what I mean? Like once it got to the third act where they're like trying to kick the mummy's ass, like that was great.
It's one of those movies where you kind of got to sit on it a minute, and then once you really think about it, you go, "That was actually pretty good."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that's exactly the type of experience I had.
Yeah.
And speaking of Bruce Campbell, I don't think I told you guys this, but he has an event around like the last week of April in Chicago, and I'm gonna meet him.
Nice. Hail to the king, baby.
Oh yeah, I'm going to some like theater in Chicago, and he's gonna have like a game show thing, like it's like a fan trivia thing for the first part, and then like the second part's gonna be like a watch party.
Cool.
So yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Nice. That's pretty cool. But I'm glad to hear that. Go ahead.
No, yeah, but Bubba Hotep's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear this can looks good.
Yeah, I would recommend this to anyone if you can get it.
It's now see, there's the thing, like what I was just talking about. That's $30 from Shout Factory, which is really great, and it's like 3 disc in it, or is it 2 disc?
It's 2 disc. Yeah,
2 disc, 4K, $30. That's a great deal, actually.
Yeah, that's about. Yeah, I bought it for like $30 at Best Buy.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's at least your Best Buy is cheap still. Damn, they've been raising their prices.
No, they've started lowering their prices because they kind of. I feel
fuck your Best Buy, man. How do you get this Best Buy? How is this even real?
No, their prices were high for a bit.
I mean, they're still high. They're charging outrageous amounts of money everywhere else. Have you not seen all the videos?
Yes, I've seen the video. Well, I haven't watched the videos, but I've seen like people post them like, "What the fuck is Best Buy?" I've been aware of it.
They're selling like Spider-Man No Way Home for like $50. Like,
no, I know that's insane.
That's ridiculous.
No, that's dumb.
And it's in all the other new ones too.
No, like was it I wanted to get the Adventures of Baron Munchausen, the Criterion 4K. That motherfucker was $50 at Best Buy.
I know, it's crazy.
I was just like, I think they priced, but they priced it down to 40 now.
Just wait and get it for 20 on the. It's on sale, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Criterion sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that because Best Buy, sadly, when they have their Criterions in their shelves, like they don't really go by the Criterion sale.
Speaking of which, my Criterion Full Moon Features is having a Valentine's Day sale starting to Friday at noon Pacific time. Everything will be 50% off on their store at Full Moon Features. Blu-rays, DVDs, statues, all that good stuff. So I might be picking up some more Full Moon Features. But yes, I'm glad Bubba Hotep is awesome. It's a really great movie. Now, if I could just get the Phantasm movies in 4K, at least the first 2 or the first 3 would be awesome.
Yeah, I saw a Blu-ray collection of those at one point.
I have that.
I didn't buy it though, because I'm assuming it would get a 4K at some point, just because like.
I don't know. They've released the Phantasm movies like 100 times on Blu-rays. There's like 5 different Blu-ray box sets.
No, but like Bubba Hotep is a thing. It's one of those titles I didn't think would come out on 4K soon enough. Because and I guess it did.
Munchausen, not Munchausen.
Oh, whatever. Munchausen, my ass.
Yeah, I would never imagine that Bubba Hotep would ever get a 4K. I really wouldn't. That's why, like what Robert mentioned last week, and we've talked about so much. We are witnessing the end of physical media. It's in its final stages. Sad. It's true. It's sad. I don't think physical media will ever die and go anywhere, but it's coming to an end here. Most us collectors are what's keeping the physical media industry alive. And this is a time where if you want to pick up movies that you never in your dreams thought would ever have a Blu-ray, a 4K, or hell, even a DVD, now's the time to get them, because you'll probably never see these movies again in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, and even even try to find some DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever in some, what do you call them, like Salvation Armies or whatever, because I've been finding some good stuff there, like not 4Ks, but like I've gotten a few Blu-rays there, which were like really good titles. So yeah.
But anything else?
There's possibilities for many people.
It's very possible. I mean, I would say if you want to start collecting or start buying your favorites, do it, and do it now. Do it now. Seriously.
I mean, I'll say this. Don't go too crazy. Be smart with your money, but definitely start collecting.
Yeah, I mean,
because I'm running into that problem, so that's why I'm telling people like be like cautious of what you buy.
if you're not like Tom, myself, or Robert and all them that have been collecting, I mean, they've been probably they got better collections than I do, and I've been collecting since I was a kid too. But
Yeah.
if you're not been collecting since since you were young or whatever and getting into it, don't. I warned you, Runner, when we started this show because you were new. Don't try to match the collectors you see. Don't try to like match my collection or Tom's collection or each. Mike has an amazing collection. Don't
I
try to
know.
match those people's collections. Just buy what you want to buy, what you like, and conserve your money the way you want to conserve your money.
Well, I'm also running out of shelf space, so I'm not gonna have the type of collection you guys have anyway, because there's just no room where I can like I would have to like actually like move somewhere in order to have more space for the stuff I got. But
Well, here's
yeah.
another reason. Share this, if you will,
Okay.
Greg. That's why. Complete collection. Look at that. It's just not gonna happen. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, like, I'm just saying, like Greg's right. Like, you know how long it took me to get this many movies?
Right.
A long time.
Very long.
Like half my life, easy or more. And that's just starting from the DVD age, right? That's not even counting the VHS days.
Exactly. I mean, I still got my first DVD, and I still have I mean, even though I started buying VHS again, I still have some of my original VHSs from when I was a kid. So,
What
yeah,
was your first DVD?
my very first DVD, believe it or not, was Ready to Rumble with David Arquette and oh my God, Scott Conn. It's a wrestling movie.
Uh, don't
I
think I've
still
heard of
have it though. But yeah, look at that. This is what I'm saying. For anybody that wants to get into collecting and stuff, don't try to go out and match people like Tom and myself and all that. Just buy what you want to buy at this moment in time and conserve your money the way you can, because you'll never reach these heights.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. That's fucking crazy. I didn't know you could mark out the stuff that you have. That's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
you didn't know that? There's like all kinds of websites where you can like put in your collection and stuff
Oh
to
no, I didn't know
catalog it.
that. I didn't know that. That's fucking up. Bad
Bad
pussies.
pussies. Worst
A physical
porno
media
ever.
classic. Sweet.
Oh wow, that's a ton of Beverly Hills Cop shit.
That doesn't even show in my DVD set. This is just on the Blu-rays.
Oh, you got the Son of Blob? I need to get that. You just reminded me about that JR from
I have that Van Damme double feature right in the bottom right.
Dang, man. Listen, Victor Fontaine here. I just bought another 700 disc shelving unit. Hit 2,000 disc,
Oh
544K.
wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's the problem I'm running into too. Yeah.
Did you see that video? Serial at Midnight did what you could do with your DVDs.
Which one?
It's a new video he just released.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's basically you take your DVDs out of the case and you put them inside this little sleeve, and then you put it in this little Ziploc bag. Yeah, I was like, that's all right, but I don't think a lot of people will be into that.
Yeah, I could go here all night. We're just in the D's.
The D's.
Demonic toys.
I heard there. Is that the one with Jack in the Box? Demonic Toys.
Yeah,
it's got the Jack in the Box in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making a Jack in the Box Demonic Toys movie for Full Moon Features.
Cool.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. We're still just in the D's.
Hey, Dragon the Bruce Lee.
Now we hit the E's.
Yeah, now we're at the E's.
We're all just sitting here and quiet, looking through Tom's collection.
Pretty much.
Oh man, all the Evil Deads. Now we're talking. Oh man. You
I'm
have
with you.
Fan Four Stick?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
could I not?
You get everything. Jesus Christ.
I'm with you, Cram. When everybody asks me what I want for my birthdays or holidays, I say movies. I make them a list or show them the way. That's what I do.
That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Movies. I'm trying
Friday
not
the
to be like
13th.
you guys, Dan. You guys have driven me to this point. Oh, and you got you son of a bitch, you have the Ghostbusters 4K set.
Oh, got all of them.
Oh my god. I wanted that
So
set
this isn't even showing my DVDs right now for some reason. It's just showing 4K and
Oh, I've been meaning to get the Golden Child.
and some of my I'd hold
Hey.
off. That might get a 4K release.
You got the woman, the chick I can't think of the name. I went blank. Oh yeah, right there, Girlfriend from Hell. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I picked it up after you said something. Or I think I either got it at the same time or after you said something about it.
I love The Great Outdoors. I love that movie. You know what hot dogs are made of, don't you?
Lips and assholes.
Lips
I like
and
lips and assholes.
I gotta go introduce Mr. Thick Dick to Mr. Urinal Cake. I'll be right back.
Anyway, we'll be here
Where's
all
the
night.
heavy metal steel book?
Oh, it should be there somewhere.
Oh, it's not next to the normal
Yeah, it
Blu-ray.
should be though. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, The Heavenly Kid. I've been meaning to pick that one up.
Oh, and you got Highlander.
You reminded me of a bunch of movies I have on my list that I haven't bought yet.
Has it showed any of the steelbooks yet?
It showed the Goodfellas steelbook.
Oh, and there's this one here, yeah.
Yeah, the Highlander.
That's weird. Maybe it's in a different spot for some dumb reason. Sometimes these things get mucked up in their system.
3 copies of Howard the Duck.
I know, tell me about it.
I only have one, and it's the 4K.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful physical media. Beautiful.
Oh, man, that's insane.
These are all on the shelf.
Stuff for the ones I haven't got room for yet.
Yeah.
I've got a lot. They're just
Jack
Dude,
Frost.
I have like a huge ass pile of movies I still need to watch.
I did a video on that Jack Frost. Have you seen that? Have I talked to you guys about that? I probably have.
So.
Yeah. The Jack Frost horror movie, they have the Michael Keaton Jack Frost movie reviews under it on Vudu.
Yeah, I watched that video of yours. That was great.
That was hilarious. King Kong.
Tons of Kong. 3 copies of Labyrinth. I think I gave away at least one of those though. Oh, that stinks. I didn't even know I had that.
Oh, that stinks.
Oh my god.
One of his better ones, but I enjoy it.
You have no idea how many times that happens more than you think.
Oh, believe me. Have you where you've
I've bought doubles before, yeah.
Yeah, that's I've been there where he's like, do I have this movie? I don't think I do. And then you buy it and then you go home and you go, oh shit, I have this movie.
Well, what I hate was when I don't get it in this app, right? Like, and then I'm like, you fucker, I have it. Why didn't you get it in? Like, what the hell? Dumbass.
I was just laughing at you saying that you didn't know you had it.
I know, but it's true.
I know, that was the funny part. It's like, holy shit, like Tom's at that
In
point.
my blue heaven.
I
haven't seen that movie in years.
God, I really want that Monster
That was a
Squad.
Warner Archive one, I think.
I really want that Monster Squad Blu-ray because I want to replace it with my shitty.
Good luck.
I know.
I have that. I have it. I have that Monster Squad Blu-ray, and I have the Monster Squad DVD too. From Lionsgate.
Oh, well, way to rub it in, Greg.
Oh yeah, and I have the original VHS copy too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
So Tom's just like
Monster Squad. Oh, is it my turn to show a movie?
Yeah, we were just.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, guys.
We're just enjoying.
We still had a long way to go, so we're not going to keep going there.
All right, what do you got, Tom?
All right.
This is a movie that didn't hold up nearly as well as I was hoping it would, but it was still enjoyable. I have not seen it since it came out. Well, I mean, I'd seen it like, a couple of years after it came out, but I mean, it's been at least 30 years probably since I've seen this movie, close to it. But it is called Sidekicks, and Vinegar just released this movie.
Chuck Norris, yeah.
Yeah. It has you open it up. There's has a nice booklet with it. Even has an ad on the
Chuck
back.
Norris look like he's on the cover of Playgirl on the front.
Some Fight Like Chuck. With some blades there. I should call that number. Let's call that number.
Live
not real weapons, not endorsed by Chuck Norris. Okay.
BCW, love your Reservoir Dog Muppets shirt.
Oh, yeah, the Reservoir Muppets.
I didn't realize that. That's great.
All right, let's call this and see what it says here. 1-800-555-9856. Watch this be like Vinegar Syndrome's. It's ringing.
Welcome to America's hottest talk line. Guys, hot ladies are waiting to talk to
Vinegar Syndrome. Guys.
Connect free now. Guys.
Vinegar's. Well, I'm not surprised with Vinegar Syndrome, actually. That is a funny joke.
That is, somebody's got to clip this. Clip it good.
And put it on. But you get nice.
I'll clip it.
We'll clip it, make a short out of it.
Boys, oh boys. Naughty Vinegar Syndrome.
Naughty.
But here you get the nice slip cover.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a real nice set. And of course, it's got the reverse, which is the original video cover, which is nice. Nice copper brown tone, just like the original video. And of course, you got the two discs housed inside. I could do the reverse, which is the same as the outside box if I wanted to, but I prefer this one. Movie itself, it's weird. It's a decent film, but I brought this up to Greg. I'm like, it feels like 20 minutes of the movie's missing in the beginning. And what I mean is it just feels like it just jumps right into the story. There's very little setup for some of this stuff. I mean, you just barely get this idea of what Barry's going through, and just kind of like why his teacher is bringing her dad in to teach him karate and all this shit. Like, it's not really well explained, but then once the movie just kind of hits the ground running. Other than that, it's just like we were talking about earlier, Greg, on 4K for You. It is one of the better Karate Kid ripoffs.
Yeah.
The movie looks great on the 4K. Vinegar Syndrome did the scan. It looks really good. It looks like a movie's supposed to look. It only has a 2.0 soundtrack, but that's fine. Yeah, Mako's great in it, even though he's just basically Mr. Miyagi. That's
pretty much. And it's
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's pretty. It's like he's not even his teacher's father or grandfather. He's her uncle. It's like,
is that what it is? I'm sorry, it was uncle. You're right.
He's the uncle, right. Yeah. But yeah, he's pretty much Mr. Miyagi. Pretty much.
And I mean, we have to go look, but I have a feeling this is probably the biggest budgeted Chuck Norris film ever, if I'm not mistaken. If you don't count like the Expendables, what is it, 2 or 3 that he's in?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in part 2, but he didn't come back for the rest of them. But yeah,
I mean, overall, it's a very imaginative kind of idea. I posited earlier, I haven't watched any of the special features yet that are on here, so I apologize. So, I mean, maybe they answer in the special features, but it really does feel like it was a very generic script written around the same time as Last Action Hero that could have been for Schwarzenegger, Stallone, what have you, name your action star here, and it just finally made its way to Chuck Norris. So then at that point is when they added in all the karate stuff, because it does kind of almost feel like 2 different movies into one. And it feels like the original concept was kind of lost in the mix. But again, it's not a horrible film, but it's not a great film by any means either. And I don't think most people would go in expecting it to be some mind-blowing film, because it is just a blatant ripoff of the Karate Kid at the end of the day.
But it's a fun one, and it's like we talked about earlier, like because you talked about how it could be the most expensive Chuck Norris movie. They went back and they like refilmed Chuck Norris's movies and added John with him and John Brandis. So like they had to get the wardrobe, they had to get the hair, they had to get the sets to match the like the canon movies that he was in. So
there's a ton of they even have like the Hitman kind of thing with him or whatever it was, where he's got the long trench coat, and then you got all the Michigan action kind of throwbacks, the ninja movie throwbacks, like stuff that they didn't even do that Chuck never even done, like westerns and stuff, throwbacks and stuff like that. And then the other joke, of course, I love is Lone Wolf and Little Lone Wolf.
Oh yeah.
It's a cute movie for what it is. I mean, Jonathan Brandis might be a little old at the time for kind of playing the role he's supposed to be playing, but it works overall. It's all right movie. And you got Winnie from
Danica McKellar.
Yeah,
she was I always had a crush on her. She was always so hot.
I mean, I had some issues with the movie this time around that obviously I would have never noticed as a kid, or even
that happens when you get older.
No, I'd have been a kid still when this came out. So like,
It happens though when you get older and you go back and watch a movie. That was for that.
Didn't I hear that he something about like his wife had gotten sick or something like that, and he backed off of acting for a while to take care of her? Something I can't remember the exact.
Something like that. I know that he doesn't really like the state of acting in Hollywood at the moment.
He's never been one of those guys who's really been into the Hollywood scene.
So he's never really been into it. Yeah, I think maybe I did hear something about his wife got sick. I think that is, and that he's kind of done, you know.
Yeah, he pops up here and there for shit, but yeah.
But
I've heard he's very much he thinks that the whole Chuck Norris joke thing is really hilarious.
Yeah,
and he endorses it. So yeah.
I remember he kind of didn't like it at first, but then like when they explained it to him, he really got into it. He really loved it.
He thought they were making fun of him.
Yeah, because it took him a minute, and then once they like no, Chuck, this is, and he's like, oh yeah, I love this. So he got really into it. So yeah, but I agree with you. It's a great fun movie.
Because they don't really give because speaking of setups, like I'm watching the movie, I'm like, they didn't really give Joe Pescopo's character a real great setup in this movie. Like you have no real until the end of the movie, he's not a real character.
Yeah, and they kind of just like find a karate place out of nowhere, and it just so happens he has beef with Chuck Norris, and it's like, what?
It's like, wait, there's some setup here we're missing, and same thing with like, and you even see it in certain scenes. Like I brought this up in 4K for you. I was like, because you have this scene, they're sitting there and they're eating dinner at the restaurant that the uncle works at or owns or whatever it is, and you keep cutting back and forth between Jonathan Brandis and Mako. And Beau Bridges and what's her face from Rambo 2. I can't remember the actress's name. And all of a sudden, you cut from one shot where they're having a nice dinner to the next shot where there's a whole fucking biker gang in there for some reason. No setup for it whatsoever. They're picking on Beau Bridges. But like what is going on here? You're like, where did these guys come from? And it leads to a funny scene with Mako, of course. The Mr. Miyagi kind of scene. Or a Jackie Chan / Miyagi kind of scene. Yeah. And, it's just, you're kind of like, well, where the fuck did these guys come from? And of course, as a kid, I would never question this shit. But as I'm watching the movie and then as it gets into the second act, I'm like, okay, somebody said we got to cut this movie down because it probably was like 2 hours. And it lost most of the front end of the film is what I think. Yeah. Because after that beginning first few beats where it just was like boom, 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 boom. Because like you literally go from like, a fantasy scene to him in school to the teacher talking to the one guy at the school about her uncle, and then Jonathan Brandis in another like fantasy scene, and then a scene with his dad, I think is what it is, or vice versa, one of the two. So like it's like wham bam 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 bam, and like so the bully's never really set up until like midway through the film, and like it feels like there's scenes that were meant to be in the earlier part of the film shoved midway through the movie because they had to have them there. So this is where I'm thinking like the movie was reshuffled a little bit to kind of shorten it in some way. Like I could be wrong. There is an interview with the editor on the Blu-ray disc. I wanted to check it out before the show today, but I didn't get a chance to. So I'm wondering if there's some answers there because it does. It feels like, and I really notice this now because of my editing.
Yeah.
It's like, it just feels like really shuffled. It's like, this is not how I would have edited this film and presented this film. Like there's a movie here and I get it. You can't really tell this story any other way. And maybe they were shuffling things around too to not make it feel so much like The Karate Kid. But like, it's too late. You can't avoid that now.
Yeah.
You know,
They
it's
should've-
like you should have just left it alone if that was the case, or tried to figure something out. Because the way it's kind of runs, you're just kind of like, Barry's not really all that picked on until halfway through the movie. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real reason or setup for like him wanting to have this thing of becoming, you know, this karate guy, other than he likes Chuck Norris. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I find funny though is, like, speaking of like the Karate Kid and how this is like a ripoff of it. Like, I really felt in season 4 of Cobra Kai, when they were doing more than just the fighting, it really reminded me of Sidekicks, because he has to break the bricks, he has to do the nunchucks, and they end up doing a lot of that in the tournament for season 4 of Cobra Kai. So I kind of felt like it was like coming full circle. But
classically, my understanding of the tournament system is that's kind of what you have. You have all that other stuff, not just the fighting part.
Which
and
they
Karate
actually,
Kid
because Cobra Kai, they actually expanded into making it more than just, this isn't just a fighting tournament, guys, because we showcase all forms of the martial arts.
But yeah, I can recommend it as far as like the quality wise. I mean, I can't like recommend you're going to necessarily dig on the film. That is all up to your taste. But if you're somebody who loves canon films and you liked movies like Last Action Hero, you could probably give it a shot and enjoy it. Find something in it to enjoy.
Yeah.
Runner, I'm not so sure you would enjoy it per se. I wonder.
I don't know.
And when was the last time you watched it, Greg?
When was the last time I watched this? Probably about 10 years ago, maybe.
Okay, so I'm curious if it still stands up for you, but you've seen it more recently than I have.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I have not seen this movie since it came out, like, back in the day. I had it when I was younger, but I probably hadn't watched it since, like, 93, 94 at the latest.
I found it on, like, a full version of it on YouTube a while back, like 10 years ago, like I said, and I watched it. I liked it.
Well, that's the other thing. The movie's been out of print for years.
Mm-hmm. It's like
it never only got but like 1 or 2 video releases. I think it got an early DVD release. That's it.
I was gonna say, was it ever actually released on DVD?
It might not have ever made it to DVD. Because I always thought that it was a Sony picture, but now after looking at the movie now, there's no attachment to Columbia or Sony. They just must have released it on video. It was like an independent film. But yeah. Like Chuck Norris's son directed. That's Aaron Norris's son, right?
Aaron Norris's brother, I believe.
Or his brother. I mean, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's the director of it and stuff like that. So I don't know. I have to get into it, deep dive into it a little bit more. I wish I'd had, even though I had plenty to talk about without it. But I sound like I'm asking more questions than answering them. So
happens sometimes, especially like I get where you're coming from, especially like when you see a movie like that and you know you love it as a kid and you watch it when you get older and you kind of see some flaws in it and you want to know a little bit about the movie.
And I was under no delusion when it came out that it wasn't clearly a Karate Kid ripoff. Right. But back then I didn't give a shit. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Like, I just, to me, it was like I didn't care if something was so much of a ripoff as long as it was good. Like, give me more rubber monster movies. Give me more karate movies. Give me more shit like that. I didn't care. Because to me, as long as it was decent quality, I was into it. And as far as the quality, you can't really say it's a horrible movie. It's not bad enough to be one of those movies that's so bad you can make fun of it Mystery Science Theater style.
Right.
Is it one of Chuck's best? Actually, you could probably argue it isn't maybe his top 5 films. Really? I mean, compared to some of his other stuff, to be honest with you, like Top Dog and shit.
Yeah, Top Dog. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, it's true. I would put it up there in maybe the top 5 Chuck Norris movies. It's not. I mean, it's not a perfect movie. It maybe it seems a bit dated, maybe, but it's still decent and fun watch. I think
Yeah, there's some dated aspects to it, and it does have, like, that's the one thing it couldn't shake. Although it doesn't have it horribly, it does have a little bit of that Nickelodeon made-for-TV movie kind of feel to it in some aspects. But it doesn't really, like, get bogged down in the over-kiddiness of it. Because, like, the ninja stuff in it's pretty badass. A lot of the stuff we see in some of the flashbacks and stuff make it a little bit more than just a small little indie film that it probably is. So yeah,
Yeah.
Now we've talked about it way too long, but yeah.
All right. I guess I'll move on to my final picks, which we probably won't talk hardly any about because I know you guys haven't seen this, and I just kind of needed a third pick. So, because I didn't get to watch much this week other than the Scanner Cops and the other thing there, but it's a TV series, and I actually have talked about this before, but I've never brought them on the Physical Media show. So I have Holliston season 1 and Holliston season 2. Trying not to get the glare on that. There it goes.
I think
Fun little
I think we
TV show.
talked
I really enjoyed it.
about it.
What's that?
I was
Somebody
gonna
say
I
something?
heard. I think didn't you make a video about those?
Yeah, I did. I
Did
made
you
a video
make
about it a while
video
ago.
about them?
Yeah, I made a video about
Yeah,
them
that's
a
what I was
while
trying to say.
back. Yeah, but I never brought them on here. But I needed something a little like an extra pick. But if you're a horror fan and a gore fan, these are fun. These are fun to watch. The first season is only 6 episodes. Second season is 10 episodes. You can knock them out in a day. They're half-hour long. It's a sitcom. Adam Green and Joe Lynch, who are actually directors, writers and directors. Adam Green made Hatchet with Kane Hodder. This is sort of based on Adam Green's life of a struggling horror filmmaker, setting in his actual hometown of Holliston, Maine or Massachusetts. And Joe Lynch is his best friend. They live in this apartment. They got it's very much sitcom oriented. Otis Arungus, lead singer of Gore, is Adam Green's imaginary friend who lives in his closet. Dee Snider is their boss at a local cable station they work at, where they shoot like a horror movie show for local cable access, and they film commercials. And it's just a fun little movie. It's got great horror. There's a really great episode, a couple episodes with Kane Hodder, where he's suicidal because he didn't get the role of Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. It's freaking hilarious because they're like, didn't that movie come out like 10 years ago? And there's like, yeah, Kane Hodder just now realized he's not in the movie and he becomes suicidal. So he like comes and lives with them for a couple episodes so they can watch him from killing himself. And it's just hilarious. You got to see the whole thing, but it's a great movie. It's got Kane Hodder. It's got Danielle Harris. It's got Chop Top Mosley. Bill Mosley.
Yeah,
It's
I've
got.
been wanting to see this.
Oh, what do you got?
No, what you were talking about. I was saving this for.
Oh, you're saving. Oh, for me. Okay.
This is the 26 volume one.
Sorry. Yeah.
If you want to show it now.
Yeah, go ahead, show it real quick before.
100 Years of Wonder. Because here's what we're getting. For those who are curious, the 25 film volume. I thought it was 100 movies, but I guess it's just 25 films celebrating 100 years. Unless there's 2 different versions. Maybe this is a smaller version of the box set.
Looks like it could be with like the design.
Yeah, this
of
is
it.
a 25 film collect. Yeah, it does look different now that you mentioned that. And it only comes with 2 pins. You're right. Okay,
Yeah.
so we get a miniaturized version of it as well. So at least we know what's going to be in this version. The King Kong. This is a Blu-ray set. That's what I'm looking at here.
That's why it's different.
Yeah. So because I say, is King Kong even in the other one? We
I don't think it is.
Maltese Falcon, Children of the Damned, 2001, Clockwork Orange, Exorcist. It looks like just the extended director's cut. All the President's Men, Shining, Blade Runner, Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984 version. Full Metal Jacket, Goodfellas, Natural Born Killers director's cut, Shawshank Redemption, Interview with the Vampire, 7, The Matrix, Green Mile, Inception, Conjuring, Gravity, Her, Annabelle, It, and Dune. And then down here he has a bunch of a list for other years. So I don't know if this is the full other list here. If you guys can still see that. Whoops, showing off my. Okay, so this is the full list. It looks like. I don't know if this is. Okay, 120. Okay, yeah, okay. 64 is chilling. Okay, okay, that's the same list. Never mind. Same list. Okay, there we go. So there's the Blu-ray version of it. Evidently, they're doing a miniaturized Blu-ray version of it.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. It's kind of disappointing. It's not 4K, but yeah.
Good night, Brian Barth. Thank you for hanging with us.
Makes me wonder if we're not going to get King Kong in 4K though, and Nightmare on Elm Street in 4K.
That's what I was wondering. And I did do a video. Are you sure that maybe that won't be Nightmare on Elm Street remake in 4K in the 2000s box set?
That
Because
could
they
very
show the remake, not the original.
Yeah, but they have 1984 version in that Blu-ray set.
Oh, do they? Do they? Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay.
Plus 7 was in that set that you just showed, and they're working on a 4K
7 one's
version.
been rumored, yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, yeah. I wonder if that's a preview of what we might see.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Very,
No
very
Superman in there either. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that, but we are getting a 4K box set, so maybe.
Right. But it was just kind of weird that, yeah. The
Yeah.
70s was kind of light in that set. There's only 3 movies in that set from the 70s. Clockwork Orange,
true.
Exorcist, and All the President's Men.
Oh, wasn't Dirty Harry Warner Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
With no Dirty Harry.
And MGM put out Clockwork Orange.
That's true.
I'm trying to think.
I thought A Clockwork Orange was Warner Brothers. Was
No.
it MGM at the time?
I think it was originally MGM. I'm pretty sure All the President's Men in 76 was MGM too.
I know 2001 was MGM. I thought Clockwork Orange was Warner Brothers.
It might be. You might be right on that.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was Warner Brothers from the start because that's when, because I know The Shining and Full Metal Jacket were Warner Brothers.
Okay, so this is just volume 4 of the Blu-ray collection. It's called Sci-Fi Thrillers and Sci-Fi and Horror.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're doing like specific box sets separately
something's
as
up here.
from the
Okay.
4K set. You know what I mean?
Let me look around here a little bit. Anyway, so go back to your movie. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Greg.
Okay. No, it's the Holliston TV series. If you've not seen it, I really recommend it. If you're a horror fan of, I know I got a little trouble in my video because I said they were better than
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, which I still believe. I don't like Big Bang Theory. Sorry, Tim Walden. I know you're in the chat.
I wasn't a fan of it either.
But I really, really love this show. I mean, Adam Green and Joe Lynch are freaking awesome in this show. Dee Snider is hilarious as their boss, who you can't tell whether he's gay or straight. It just like the stuff they do, he does is hilarious. And it's just a really great show. And like I said, it's very populated with multiple horror icons. John Landis is in this. Sid Haig is in this. The guy the David Naughton, who played the werewolf in American Werewolf in London, is in this. It leads credence to the actual horror community, and it pays so much respect for it. And it's a very well done series. And the Christmas episode, if you've not, is an amazing episode. I know we're past Christmas, but it's like that really picks up the show in a way where you go, okay, I get where they were going with the show. And sadly, they were going to do a season 3 because this was actually on the network FearNet, which was like pre-Shudder. It was like a streaming and a cable show. FearNet went under, and they were going to do a 3rd season, and then the 3rd season, for whatever reason, never happened. They actually wrote scripts, and then Odorous Urungus, the lead singer of War, who was a part of the show, passed away from a drug overdose. So they never really got to do the season 3 to finish off the show. But it's a really great series. If you want to see it, check it out. I recommend it, especially if you're a fan of 80s and 90s horror movies.
All right, to finish out the night, coming August 2nd, 7th, the first 2, and September 8th in the UK. It will be 5 films in each collection.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so from the 1930s to the 60s, we got Wizard of Oz, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, and Singing in the Rain, and Rebel Without a Cause. In the 1970s to 80s, we have Enter the Dragon, Wonka, Goonies, Gremlins, and Lost Boys. In the modern era, we got Goodfellas, Unforgiven, Shawshank Redemption, Training Day, and Elvis. So there you go. That's all the only movies that are in this set.
Huh.
Yeah.
And those are the separate sets, though, right?
Yep. That's kind of lame.
Yeah, that is. I just want to Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's going to get released separately. So all these other movies have already. So
isn't the Goodfellas 4K like out of print?
No, I don't think so. I think just the Steelbook is.
Well, I know obviously the Steelbook is, but like no, because like I
it
can't
might be, but I don't think so.
Because I can't get the US release like on Amazon. I can only get it. I can only get an import of it.
I had the same issue with the Nolan movies, and then when they came back out on sale, then I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was weird for a while there. I don't know why.
Like I'm just talking about like the normal like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Because I have like the UK import of like one of like I can't remember if it was Interstellar or The Prestige. But then like later on that year they brought them out again for Black Friday, and it was like, motherfucker, I paid like $30 or $40 for the bastard. I was pissed.
They do that shit all the time, man. But that's I can't say I'm too excited for these Warner Brothers sets. I really can't. I mean, it's cool that they're doing this, and it's awesome that they're doing this, and they're really giving these to people that maybe don't have these. But as somebody who already has them, all I really want is Enter the Dragon, and I really, really want a Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. I really do. I'll take the first one. I don't need all of them in 4K, but just give me that first one, man.
Yeah, at least the first one. That'd be great.
I would love that. But I can't say I'm too excited about this set. So it is what it is. The 30 set looks nice. Yeah. Looks good. They look good. But yeah, anything else? Anybody want to say anything else? Or Runner, you want to show your final title before we close out since you had 5?
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure you both have seen this. I'd be very surprised.
I haven't seen it. Had to say it.
I know. Well, you hadn't seen Troy, so that surprised me. But I guarantee you've seen this since you like horror. It's a movie directed by the same guy who directed Mortal Kombat movie, not the new one, the one with Christopher Lambert. That Mortal Kombat. He directed a movie with Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill, and it's probably his best movie.
Event Horizon. That is a really good movie.
Yeah, it is.
I was going to buy that today, and I didn't.
I couldn't get the Steelbook, and I'm
I missed the Steelbook, and I was going to buy it. It's only $20 too, so that's why I was going to buy it.
Yeah, I bought it for $20 too. It's. I'm guessing you have the Steelbook, you little shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Tom does. Him and Valiant got it, and I was like, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I know, and I was too late because I didn't think they'd be out like that, like quick.
Neither did I. I did not expect the Event Horizon Steelbook to go quick like that. That's why I sort of held off, and then I was like, oh my god, this went really quick. I underestimated how awesome this movie was.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. It was really fucking good.
It's good. It's really scary too. I mean, Sam Neill gets like creepy in that. So
Sam Neill's fucking fantastic.
He's awesome. And Lawrence Fishburne isn't bad at all.
Oh no, he's great.
He's awesome really good too.
Actor. But would you sort of agree if I told you that his performance in Event Horizon was better than in Jurassic Park? I mean, he's great in Jurassic Park,
definitely.
but I like him more.
He's great, but everybody loves to play the villain. So
Red Raptors.
No, I just thought his performance, even when his face was all fucked up, was just amazing.
I would say his performance in The Mouth of Madness is better than Jurassic Park, but I know you wouldn't.
That's a good performance. I liked him in that.
Apparently, he's actually
it's not my favorite John Carpenter movie, but I like it.
Yeah. Brandon Brad says way better. I agree. See, he gets to play. Not saying his character in Jurassic Park is bad. I mean, Dr. Alan. I can't think of his last name at the moment.
Grant.
He's awesome. It's his great role, especially in the first Jurassic Park, which is an amazing movie. But Sam Neill gets to stretch his acting abilities in Event Horizon because he has to go through like madness and everything. So it's so much. So it is better. It's a better performance.
Yeah. It's probably the best performance I've seen him in so far.
Yeah. But is this the first time you've ever seen it, Event Horizon?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was quite good. The cover's not too bad, honestly. I kind of like the cover.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't get the steelbook.
The steelbook's
I still
cool,
have that
but-
VHS damn Blackroyd. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the steelbook does look really cool. It did, but I'm not mad with the standard cover. It's a nice slipcase too.
Nice, it's nice. I am glad that that's Sony, right?
That's Paramount.
Oh, it's Paramount.
Yeah, it's Paramount. Our good friends at
So
Paramount.
I was thinking that was Sony because Sony. I'm glad that they make when they make their steelbook, they release the title later on for people who didn't get the steelbook. I didn't know that was Paramount, so that surprised me.
Yeah, no, it's not Sony. Yeah, no, that's usually not a Paramount thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, they like to make you double dip, but they usually don't do that. As far as like the Warner Brothers thing here, Tim says Mid-Level Media did a breakdown, said it's 300 pounds on Amazon UK. So I don't know what that translates to American money.
Around 299 or so.
There you go.
No, but it wouldn't be no, because the Event Horizon Steelbook was only like exclusively like online. It was like exclusively an online thing, whereas like you could get the Fright Night and Heavy Metal Steelbook 4K in like a store or whatever, and you had more time to get it because I didn't pre-order the Fright Night one, but I was like I saved up some money in order to like actually get it on Amazon because they weren't available at the time, but Heavy Metal was available, which was nice. So yeah, the whole Event Horizon thing was a little bit different, and they recently, for some of their few steelbooks, that's one of the few where they actually had the Lionsgate type slip. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I think they had that for the Event Horizon, the same with the Cloverfield one that they did recently.
Nice. It just surprised me that was Paramount. I didn't even realize that was a Paramount movie.
Yeah, I know.
Which makes me wonder, Tom, did you watch your Event Horizon 4K?
It's still actually in the plastic.
I'm going to say, I wonder
just
how
like
good...
my Shout Factory one.
Tom should just sell the Event Horizon Steelbook for Tom.
I was wondering if, because it's Paramount, so I assume the scan is beautiful on this one.
Oh, I'm sure it's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Runner. Was the scan good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. No, I saw a review beforehand when the Steelbook came out, and they compared it to the Scream Factory Blu-ray back in the day, and yeah, it's somewhat of an improvement. And it looked pretty good.
Nice. I'm picking it up here soon. So what do you get? What is this, Tom?
Are you worried about getting a copyright claim from John Williams?
I can just delete it outright.
If you have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is actually fucking hilarious.
I feel like John Williams would, or the John Williams, because it
is his birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, happy birthday, John Williams.
Happy birthday to the legend.
Because I think you'll be able to get away with the rest of this. It's just the John Williams music.
Okay, well, I'll just cut it out if I need to.
I think I saw this a few days ago.
Yeah, this just came out not too long ago. This has gone because you gotta get the gist.
Nice. I love it. This is great.
It gets better.
Just what do you think you're doing there?
is awesome.
I love it. This is the one I've seen, actually.
Oh, okay.
Not the other way around.
Oh, that's great. Daisy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, that was good.
This is from Pokewood Studios YouTube channel, though. Yeah, they
was
did a great
good.
job.
No,
Congratulations,
I saw
guys,
this-
on that going viral.
I saw
That's
this
awesome.
on Twitter, actually, not on YouTube.
That was good.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
I made.
But he made a tweet. It was probably the same guy. He made a tweet on the bottom saying that like he did do a Stanley Kubrick. What if Stanley Kubrick directed Star Wars?
Yeah, that was
That
good.
is-
I'll probably have to cut it out of the stream.
Yeah, sorry
But-
about that, but
That's okay. But it was good. It was fun.
that was fun,
No, that's
though, yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially the hyperspace part. That was great.
It was good.
What do you
That's good.
think you're doing, Dave?
What do you think you're doing, Dave? It's lined up so perfectly.
I'm not gonna lie. That's almost as good as the. It's almost as good as the actual movie in a way.
My ancestors touched the monolith. But as we close it down, and you guys got anything else you want to say?
No, I
And
just thought that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that. That's a good way to close it too. But yes, Event Horizon is great. Great picks, Tom. Great picks, FanZcene, Greg. Well, thank you.
But fuck me, right?
I said great picks, Runner.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I said Event
Yeah, you
Horizon,
did.
great picks, Tom.
I did not hear you say that.
I said it. Tom, did
Oh,
I or
you-
did I not?
Sounded like you said it to me.
Yeah, see.
Unless my internet's fucked up somehow, but apparently everything's okay from my end so far. I did not hear you say runner at all.
I said it. I said it clear as can be.
No, this is what I heard you say. I said, great picks, Tom, and FanZcene. Greg, FanZcene.
You did, see.
I
You
did not hear runner.
You're like a woman. You just pick and choose what you want to hear. I'm sorry, that was bad. I'm sorry.
So stupid.
Sandwich
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
No, I legitimately did not hear you say.
I did though. I really, honestly, I did.
I mean,
But
if you did, then okay. But I didn't hear you say it, so
I did. But thank you guys, as always, for coming on. Thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody that watched us and hung with us tonight. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed our picks, and you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And we'll see you next week.
How you doing? Bitches leave.